Okay guys, well here I am. I have mined out the area that I'm going to need with which to build my super mining machine in. I'm going to start at the start like you always do, by building the block breakers, because that's really the base of where things need to go. So we need, basically that's going to be the area they're going to go in, that 3 high spot there, which means I haven't dug the roof high enough, but I'll deal with that. And the reason I haven't dug them high enough is because you need to have one space above them so you can stick the covers on. You also need to be able to jump up and not hit your head on things too. But hopefully that'll work alright. But for now, I also haven't given myself enough room. You know, I thought I had this well planned out. Nope. Planning fail 101. How can I run out of dirt? Okay. I had to get a couple of ores and things while I was just cleaning this area out. Come on. Okay, now the reason I want to place the block breakers from in front like this is the block breakers face whichever direction, like they face towards you, whichever direction you're going when you click on them. So you can see there, that has made sure that they placed in exactly the right spot. Now the next thing that I'm going to need is I'm going to need to power all of these and extract things from them. So what I need to do is I need to make 9 tube frames, and then I need to turn those 9 tube frames into 9 redstone tube frames, which means they will be set off by any kind of redstone pulse that's connected to them. So that's the start there. Now the next thing I'm going to need to do is, now these can just be normal tube frames. I need to run them down here. I think I need 4 deep. I'm not totally sure. And then pretty sure I can just do 3 deep on those ones. And that there is going to be the basis of my machine. And hopefully, excellent, I can reach up there. So let's start putting some of these covers on. Because we don't want, now that I've put a cover on that top piece there, that means any roof that touches this is not going to stick to it. So the roofs are now non-sticky, which is exactly what you want. Now before I go too much further, I'm going to need to place a panel just here, and a panel here, and I will need to place more panels, but I'm not sure where yet. But by placing the panel there, I can put a piece of redstone wire on it, and then I can use this piece of jacketed wire to mean that redstone there is now connected to this. Now I believe, place a piece of redstone wire there, if I place a panel there and a panel there, I can place a lever, and then I can place my timer. Okay, incorrect. That's why I made lots of panels. So I can place my timer here. With a screwdriver I can make sure it's facing the direction that I want, and then I can use this lever here to turn it off. Wow, those block breakers all just fired then. Luckily nothing was connected. So a bit more red alloy wire so that it's all actually connected up the way that it should be. I will then take this, turn the interval down to 1 second. That means every 2 seconds it will move forward a block. My chest will go there, which means the chest is now connected. So we now need cover on the back there, and we now need to run covers all along the side to make sure that nothing is sticky in any places that it shouldn't be sticky. Now I'm not going to cover up all the back of this yet, because I just know there is something else that I'm going to need to do. Frame motors. Okay, so where's my bat box? I'm going to need a fully charged bat box for this. It's going to need to go just there. Looked like it just lost some power. It did. That's almost full though. Okay, the first thing I'm going to need is a frame motor just here. Now the arrow and those kind of like strips there are the kind of traction bit that actually works with it. Now the way these motors work is you shift click on them to change this facing that the arrow is on, and then you just click on them to rotate the arrow. So now what I have done is I've got it facing that way, so any block that is basically touching the arrow will get moved forward. And any blocks it's connected to will also get moved forward. So what I want to do is get my covers and place a cover here, because the block that it's moving forward I don't want to be attached to anything. I'm going to place another panel here, another piece of red alloy wire here. Now my next frame motor is going to go just here. And now I need to shift click on this one, so you can see now the arrow is on the bottom side, but it's facing backwards. I need it to face in the direction of travel, so now it is. Now these motors need blue electric power, but as long as they're touching this box just here, they will be powered. So we need another panel here and another panel here. So now we have this powered by that timer, and we also have this one just here powered by the timer. So what will happen is this one here will go and push the entire frame forward, and then when the entire frame moves forward this one here is going to be touching this motor, and it's going to push the motor back forward. So it's going to be like this moves the whole frame, this one then pushes that. And I believe that is everything. So we now there's an I guess it's a small issue you can have where if a piece of gravel falls in this spot just here, this whole system will cease to work. So I'm actually going to take that motor and I'm going to go like this and place covers underneath, because I don't want it to stick to them. And what that will do is that will stop gravel from falling in that place and getting stuck. I'm going to put one just there as well, because I don't want anything that touches it to get stuck. Now I need to work out how to panel the rest of these up. Now cover the rest of these up, not panels. Need to get my frame motor again. Okay, the arrow's on the bottom, but it's facing in the wrong direction, so we spin it round so it's facing in the correct direction. Cover that one back up. Now this, hopefully, once I put covers on the top and on the sides of this to stop things sticking to it, I've now got the entire machine covered except for, and this is the bit that I often forget, underneath. I need to dig some more out. You can see it's almost a time-consuming process to build one of these machines, but basically if you build it correctly the first time, you will be able to just run it forever. Well, you'll need to keep powering it, of course, but it in itself, it won't break. It'll jam up occasionally when it gets something that it doesn't know how to handle, but overall I think we're done. I think we're now ready to test this machine out. So okay, there you go, we've moved again, we have moved again. There is lots of moving going on. That's excellent. I'm going to stop this right now because this is going to get... Hey! I told you to stop. Why are you still going? I need my panels. I want to put a torch there. I want this machine to be lit up. Gonna need a... Occasionally I'm going to need to do this, because I'm also occasionally going to need to come back and get whatever materials are sitting behind it. Piece of dirt there. No worries for the dirt. So let's see what we have collected. We've collected 6 iron, 1 potash, 54 cobblestone, and a torch. So let's start running this again. And you can see we've gone through just a very slight amount of power in our bat box. Still plenty of power there, and you can see we're also nicely, exposing all the walls. And look at that, 34 nickelite already. Lots of cobble. So now that I have this machine, and it appears to be working beautifully, and I believe it's at a height where it won't hit lava, because if it hits lava that will mess it up, and I didn't think that through. I think I might have built it 1 block too low. Either way though, I just have to stand here and you can see it's going to go for, well, it will go until this chest is full anyway. So this has actually been a much shorter episode than I thought it would be, but that's okay, because I will probably come back and do a little bit more filming once I fill this chest up. So see you guys soon. Okay guys, sorry, I was just checking the light levels in some of these areas. Just to let you guys know how deadly serious I am about how cool this machine is. I have drained myself down to half a bat box, so that's half a bat box worth of power. That's what I've gathered so far, plus all of the cobble that's in this bag here. The tin, the nickelite, that sort of stuff I got elsewhere. But yeah, so it's not, it's not amazing. It's 9 iron, 4 gold, a stack and a half of redstone, copper, tin, silver, promethium, deep iron, nickelite, potash. It's not bad. It's not super ultra amazing, but what it is a corridor you getting the idea? And like, look at the sides, look at the roof. That is a big corridor. Now the reason I stopped it is because I don't really want it to go any further until I've had an opportunity to actually go and clean up around the edges. Because there is a lot of stuff that it doesn't get, which makes it my job to get it. And it definitely does a good job of getting things, and with the help of it, I'm going to have a lot more stuff. But you look at all the redstone that's exposed, the silver, the cinnabar, more redstone, emerald, more silver, more nickelite. What do we got down here? We got some iron, some copper, some zinc. I think that's deep iron. Yep, deep iron. Loads of stuff. Keep coming along, a lot more iron, heaps of gold. It's opened up a really nice looking cave system here, which I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to put a torch in to light it up. You know, that is, as far as I'm concerned, this is just an amazing invention, and it definitely takes a while and takes a lot of resources, and it certainly hasn't paid itself off yet. But I mean, it's probably pretty close to paying itself off in terms of nickelite, but in terms of the rest of the materials, look at what it has opened up for me. And what I could do, I mean, I've just been sitting on the back of it, just placing down torches, kind of trying to light the place up rather evenly as it goes along. But if I was walking behind it, I could be walking behind it, nabbing these ores off the edges as it just keeps moving along, and it moves faster than I can keep up with if I'm mining behind it. So it is, you know, pretty epic, pretty amazing. And so what I'm going to do is probably follow this until the battery runs out. Although I'm thinking, let's grab the ores off it. Actually, no, we don't want to grab the ores off. We want to keep all the ores in there so that those slots don't clog up with cobble, which is normally what happens. So what have I got in my little bag of tricks here that it might not have yet? Just make sure I've got everything in there. Looks like it's got most of everything. And I'll just pull the rest of this cobble out, and gravel, and dirt. And it's just going to keep filling itself up, and I'm just going to keep filling my bag with cobblestone. There's going to be a point soon where it's going to fill up and I'm going to have to leave it. But for now anyway, I'm going to let it run, and I will see you guys next episode. So thank you very much for watching. Astocky out.